Welcome to level 3 readiness. We're finally getting out in the woods with the tarp and gonna do this level 3 shelter challenge. This is actually level 2. We had the commercial tent. Level 2 is the tarp. And I'll tell you, I picked again. It's random, but man, it's back to 96 degrees. Woo, it's hot. All right, so let's get the camp, get there, set everything up, and we'll catch you up as soon as we get there. All right, we'll see you then. So we're hiking, not kayaking. You see all the mud on the leaves? Again, this is just where the water was backed up into terribly. It's crazy how deep the water got during Debbie. This just looks crazy. And the mosquitoes are ridiculous right now too. All right, to the campsite we go. All right, so here we are at the campsite. I'll let you see what I got as soon as I get it put up. All right. There's no rain expected tonight, so it's just gonna be a bit of a, not gonna be zipped in or anything like that, but I've got my shelter and it should be perfectly fine. So next, let's get the phone and ask for a random number 1 through 3 and see if we're doing a match, one match fire, flint and steel fire, or a bow drill. Let's see what we got. That was a text message. Oh, the mosquitoes are bad. All right. Okay, Google. Give me a random number between 1 and 3.
Here's a random number, 1.
Blame. I wanted 3. I really did. I wanted 3. All right, but it's random. That's the thing about it. You don't always get what you want. And I got those same crappy matches. I might be doing this again. All right, so let me get my fire makings ready. All right, let's do this. All right, well, I surprised myself. I did pack one of these matches in here, but it's looking rough. I'm gonna try it. All righty, let's see what we can get here. Because that was a dud match. All right, so let's try this. Come on, baby, burn. But I failed the one match, you know, I failed the one match fire challenge part of it. But I did get a fire going. Also brought 44 ounces of water. If that cannot suffice me, I've got my stainless steel cup there. You know, I could boil water if I had to. Pretty sure the 42 ounces will be fine. You know, it really stinks that I couldn't get that going with one match, one strike. And I had hopes too. I don't go at these things ignorantly, you know? It's like, I went out there and I crushed up that nice cedar bark and got a pile of that stuff up, got it nice and fluffy, and man, just look at that now though. Got it nice and fluffy, get me back on track. Lit a match and it didn't want to take, you know? It did not want to take. And that's what makes these challenges tough, you know? I'm pretty sure I could have done this fail safe if I would have, one, brought quality matches and a quality match, and I think I could have got that going. All right, I think I could have got that going. But also got provisions for supper tonight. Nothing elaborate. All I'm going to do is make some toast on the fire, and then I have leftovers from lunch. So I've got some salmon, a half a can of salmon, which that's like, you know, 48 grams of protein, half a can of salmon. And then I've got some rice soon. I'm gonna heat that up, and I'm gonna have the toast, and you know, then we'll have supper, and you know, I'll get to that when we get to that. But as for right now, look at that fire. All right, so we're about to cook supper tonight. We got our pan warming up, and we're gonna cook some toast on it. And just like that, we throw the bread on there. We'll just keep a check on it. We'll flip it over every once in a while and see if it's brown. Whew. Oh, look at that one. That looks real good. And now we're warming up the rice. Hear it crackling in there. It's gonna be good. And this, my dear friends, is my supper. It's salmon, rice, and toast, and water. All right, so I'm going to set the camera up, enjoy a little bit of this, and try to settle down because I've been working since I got here. Good. Supper was good. Now it's about time to turn in for the evening. What's that gonna look like? Oh, there we go. That's my sleeping quarters for the night. So that be said, hey, let me sit down and just talk a minute. So the mosquitoes were awful today. I do mean awful. It's hot. I'm getting ready to go to bed and just try to sleep. And you know, the thing about it is, in the midst of a, you know, think about the survival mentality. Like, you know, something happens and I've got to get home from work, and it's 20 miles. You know, it happens later in the day, so you know, it's not likely I'm gonna make it home. I mean, I might if I persevere. I got my headlamps in my bag all the time, so, you know, I possibly could. But, you know, what if I had to pack out and just grab my stuff? That's what I did today. It was impromptu. I texted my wife, said, hey, you see any issue with me camping tonight? She said, no, I'll go for it. So you know, all my stuff was in the van. I grabbed it, came out here and set up, and, you know, I'm doing it. And I'll tell you, when it's spur of the moment, it's hard. You know, when you haven't, you know, taken the time to plan for it, you know, you just jump in and do it. That's tough. And, you know, I failed at the one strike, one match fire. And we'll see if I make it through the night in the tarp. I'm pretty sure I will, because I'm pretty tired. I'm just pretty much going to crash. But, you know, again, if you don't get out there and put yourself to the test, you know, you might not perform like you think you will when you're really called to action. So, you know, it's always fun just to see what you're made of, test your mettle. That's part about what this channel is about. It's about, you know, me trying to challenge myself, where you know, you struggle with all the stuff day to day. You know, you can get a stronger mindset. You can test yourself, pull from deep down, and, you know, drive and push, and, you know, you can get out and do some crazy things. It's just pushing yourself, trying to do things, especially on a work night, knowing I got to get up, break camp, and go to work in the morning. So, you know, all that be said, thanks. I appreciate you guys watching. And, you know, if you're watching and, you know, you keep coming back to the channel and haven't subscribed, you know, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know, you don't want to miss these things I got coming out. You know, I try myself, I push myself. And you guys let me know too what you think about the video that came out on Wednesday with the deer prep. Man, I'll tell you, I am ready for these camping challenges to get behind me. I'm ready for deer season. Bow season opener is like 2 weeks away. So I am pumped, man. I am excited about that. What you couldn't see in that video where I was walking out, putting the corn out, as I walked up, I jumped a doe. Man, she was a good sized doe, and she didn't run off fast either. She just kind of, you know, skipped a little bit, but, you know, I was like, man, it just gets my adrenaline going. So let me know. I mean, if you guys want me camping through hunting season, I'll camp. But I'm gonna hunt too. And yeah, so anyways, that be said, that's enough talking for the evening. It's time to put the camera down. That be said, thanks for hanging in with me this far, and, you know, good night. I'll see you in the morning. Oh my goodness, it was quite the night. That seriously wasn't that bad, but I'm going to get up now. It's 6:20 in the morning, so the sky's starting to light up. I heard the first mosquito. I'm not gonna lay here and be mosquito food. So, all right, let's break camp. All right, good morning, everybody. So yeah, last night was, you know, not so bad. You know, with the tarp, I survived. I ain't got but a few mosquito bites. I used some repellent, which I don't really like to do, but when you're out and about and you got the option, use it. But, you know, I was going to say that it got just steamy. You know, yesterday was like 96. By the evening, it was in upper 80s. By the time I climbed into the tarp, it was still 80 some degrees. I was, you know, very hot and sweaty, and I thought about something and it worked. So I'll share that with you. You know, you always hear that you need, you know, think about in the winter type of camping, that you need insulators to keep the earth or the ground from just sucking the heat out of your body. And I thought about that, and I was like, well, let me just get off the sleeping bag. Let me lay straight on the tarp and the ground. And you know, it was crazy. As soon as I removed the tarp, as soon as I removed the sleeping bag and was laying on the tarp, I could feel the coolness, and it was ridiculous. So I laid there with the sleeping bag to my side and just cooled off really quickly. You know, and I felt that, and I fell asleep like that with that coolness, you know, just kind of just taking the heat out of my body, which in the wintertime that would be a death sentence, but in the sweltering summertime, I don't know if it would work all the time, because again, the evening did get pretty cool to the point that I grabbed the sleeping bag and drug it over me and went ahead and, you know, slept that way. But you know, I thought that was pretty interesting. You know, I'd never really been in that position before, or had that thought. But the ground was, man, that was my friend last night, as it just helped cool me off and let me get comfortable enough to go to sleep. All right, well, I figured I'd walk out here, out from under the canopy of the trees, where I had a little bit more light to film. Plus, this is the first time since I've been down here that I came down to the river, and man, just pretty cool. And I just noticed something. You know, people come out here and they play, but that is all right. All right, just recognizing the skillfulness and art out here in the wild. Somebody has made. All right, so I guess let's close the video out right here. This is level 3 readiness, reminding you, finish what you start, finish strong, be ready for anything, because it's coming. Level 3 out. I've got to say, it's a whole lot more enjoyable kayaking down the river in the morning than this 1.5 mile hike out. Level 3 out.